Raider Nation, it's your boy, Angry fucking Raider. I'm your host, Angry Raider. And welcome to the Angry Raider Show. I'm eating my lunch right now, so pardon me, excuse me. But I thought I'd make a blog. Or whatever, because I watched everybody's blog. Some people I didn't get to catch because they hadn't uploaded their blog yet. So I thought I'd make another blog. I got a lot of good feedback from the blog I did explaining how I felt and what I thought. The problem was. I still see a lot of my bloggers, my Raider brethrens. I still see them still thinking that it's scheme, it's this, it's that. And I respect it because, when you're blogging, you're just blogging about how you feel, your opinion on what you think is going on or whatever the case may be. So I don't think nobody's wrong in any of the blogs they do. So I don't want nobody to take this shit personal. But the reality of the fact is, we have bad management. And when you have bad management, you have bad results. To me, I don't think Gruden is the problem. I think how Gruden went about shit is a problem. I think that he already had somewhat of a decent built team. He just needed to add his spin to it. We wasn't in cap hell no more, so it wasn't like that we couldn't get some of the players that we need. I just think Gruden came into the situation with this, and I'm going to keep saying it. When Gruden went to Tampa Bay, he inherited a great team. A Tony Dungy built team. And I think when Gruden was in Oakland, he had built that team the way he wanted to build it. He was starting to shape it the way he wanted to shape it. And I think that bothers him. I think that really fucks with him. So his whole game plan was to come into Oakland. Basically, it's like when a company takes over another company. They tear up all the old shit and they implement their shit and they start from scratch. They might take some hits here, some losses here, whatever. But Gruden was willing to sacrifice that. Me personally, some of the sacrifices that he did, like Khalil Mack sacrifice, that's a two-blame highway. And let me explain to you why I say that. You could have signed Khalil Mack before Gruden even got there. You already had supposedly set money to the side for Khalil Mack. And I feel like we don't know what Khalil Mack was saying on the other end of the line. We don't know what he really wanted, to be truthful. We don't know. We just going off assumption of what other people reporting and saying. So we don't know. Do I think that he wanted a little more than what the Raiders was willing to offer? I believe that. Because you have to look at the fact that you paid your quarterback, who, which we're gonna be real here, Raider Nation. We're gonna be real. You paid your quarterback who's white what he wanted. You understand what I'm saying? Now on the defensive side, you have an all-star who's black. He wanted what he wanted, and the Raiders wasn't trying to meet him where he wanted to be met at. Now, I'm not saying it was a racist thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we don't know how Khalil Mack is looking at it, and so I'm just assuming this is how he's looking at it. I'm not saying he's racist, but I'm just assuming this is how he's looking at it because the world is built off this shit. Let's just keep it real. The world's built off racism. The world is built off a bunch of extra shit that people can really look past if they really wanted to look past, but they don't. So, but that's neither here nor there. So we're just gonna assume that that's how Khalil Mack was looking at it. Now, when you have a player wait for so long, and when you have a player wait so long, you allow him to really start feeling disgruntled because you just didn't pull the trigger, but you pulled the trigger on Carr. That's where all the other shit start to play in effect. The race thing, the team doesn't want me, Oakland bullshit, and I've been playing on this sorry ass defense. I've been the number one blah 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 rah 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 pass rusher on this team. 2-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-American at my position. Every defensive MVP, all of that. So that shit start building up. Then you get your agent in your ear, and his whole motive is to finesse the team for as much as possible because he gets a cut of that. He's not going to take some bullshit because he wants to get paid too off of your talents. So then you have all that playing a factor, and then everything, it's like a domino effect. So I think that's where Khalil Mack looked at us wrong, was that, the Raiders wanted you. The Raider Nation wants you. We miss you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it 100. We miss you. We need you. I'm just keeping it 100. But where the Raiders fucked up at was they didn't build around Mack. They didn't try to build around Mack. Everything was built around Carr. And when it was time to pay the man, you didn't want to pay the man. When Jon Gruden came in, Jon Gruden could have helped pay that man if he really wanted Khalil Mack. Now, that might sound crazy. Why would a coach take some of his money and help pay the man if you can even do that? I don't even fucking know, but I'm just guessing. I'm just assuming, you know what I'm saying? If you really want a player, you're going to keep a player. But where Jon Gruden came into the fact and what he fucked up at was, I think Reggie McKenzie would have gave Khalil Mack the money that he wanted. He would have found a way. But I think Jon Gruden intercepted that shit because you don't want to get damn near half or more than half of your salary cap to just 2 players when you still have to rebuild in other positions. Now, could the Raiders had to rebuild in other positions way before Jon Gruden got there, way before any of this shit happened? Yes, we could have, but we didn't because we chose to do stupid shit in the draft, and we chose to get players and shit that just was at the bottom end of their career. So that's just my thought on that Khalil Mack shit because I'm just tired of, every time I watch the commentators and shit like that, everybody brings up this Khalil Mack shit. It was a 2-way highway to me. The Raiders fucked him, he fucked the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Jon Gruden ain't the full blame for that. Now, this blog is not to take up for Jon Gruden because I think, like I told you in the beginning, I think Jon Gruden came in with a great plan, but the way he went about the plan and how he's trying to execute the plan, it's almost like, okay, he came in thinking his shit was going to go, and when he started realizing that it wasn't going to go, and he's seeing how the team was really shaped, because he kept saying before he even came back to Oakland needs to rebuild. They need to do this. So I already knew in my mind he was coming here and tear some shit up. And that's what he's doing. Now, the sad part is that instead of... I get that that's what you want to do. That's any coach. Any coach is going to come in and bring their own coaching staff, reconstruct the team the way they want them, blah, 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 blah. So I get that. What I don't like about Jon Gruden is that he don't give a fuck about this shit. And you can see that in the way the team plays. That's what bothers me. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't have a lot of people. I know you got rid of a lot of people. I get that. That's a part of the game. That's a part of what new coaches do when they come into a new franchise, that they want to build their way. So we got to accept that. What I don't accept is, like I said, the way the team is playing. They play like shit. They play like they don't care. Bruce Irvin and that stupid ass comment at the end. Oh shit, I'm going home to a beautiful wife and some kids and make some babies. Like, bro, come on, man. That just shows that you don't give a fuck. That you don't care. That's a poor attitude to have. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go home to your beautiful wife and have all the babies you want, or whatever. But don't nobody need to know that after you just got your shit smashed. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. People walk around and just look crazy on the field. Like they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You got some people playing hard, but for the most part, motherfuckers don't care. And that's what I don't like. That's the shit that bothers me. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that I don't like about Gruden and how he's just let this team just fucking just go away. Now we have the trade deadline, which is at the end of this month. I think it is. I'm gonna try this egg roll. Nasty. Real nasty. That was garbage. Throw them away. Anyway. We have a trade deadline. It comes up at the end of this month. Do I think we're going to do anything? Not really. I do think we'll get rid of Carl Joseph for like a 5th round draft pick. They're saying that we want a 1st round draft pick for Amari Cooper. We ain't going to get that. We'll get a 3rd at best. Because you got to think about it. I'm sorry, man, for eating dog, man, but shit. But you got to think about it. Amari Cooper contract's coming up. He got the same manager, the same agent as Khalil Mack. So does Carl Joseph. Do I think he'll be able to ask for the type of money that he feels he's worth? No. Just because of the production he had the last year and what's going on this year. He's really pretty much basing his production off the first 2 seasons. Which he did good. So, I think that's why the Raiders are trying to trade him, because they really don't want to pay him that money or whatever he's going to ask. On top of that, I just feel like that the Raiders not using him right anyways. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this for a while. The Raiders have had talented people come through there, man. It's just like they can go to another team and just fucking shine. But when they come to us or we get them first, it doesn't work because we don't use them in the correct way. Amari Cooper is not a fucking number 1 receiver. I hate to tell y'all that, but he's not. He might have looked like that at Alabama because he was the man at Alabama at the time that he was playing. But Amari Cooper is more like he's a reverse type receiver. He's a slot receiver. You know what I'm saying? He's a great route runner. You know what I'm saying? But to me, he's not a number 1. He's not the person that you game plan for. You know what I mean? He's the person that you say, all right, we got a couple of plays in the cut for you. You know what I mean? You use some, just like how Kansas City uses their receivers. You know what I'm saying? Andy Reid uses his receivers to their ability. You got Tyreek Hill. He's a fucking fast guy. You want the ball in his hands. Yeah, he can go down the field and catch some jump balls, but he's not going to catch all jump balls. Yeah, he could beat you deep, but he's more dangerous. Quick slants, screen passes, reverses, shit like that. Now, he can burn your ass deep, but what I'm saying is Andy Reid uses him to his ability, just like he does with Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins was a number 1 in Buffalo. They was using him wrong. Then he went to the Los Angeles Rams to try to make him a number 1 there. They was used wrong. Now he comes to Kansas City and he's being used the way he's supposed to be used. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You just gotta know your personnel. You gotta know what the fuck you're dealing with. So That's my thought on Amari Cooper. I don't think they will trade him. I think maybe next year, maybe, but the best you'll get for him is a third-round draft pick. See, Gruden's trying to get number ones. He wants about 3 fucking picks. He basically wants to do what I've noticed. He basically wants to do what Cleveland has done. See, Cleveland had the first 2 years they had like 3 picks, or something like that. 3 picks in the first round or some shit like that. 2 in the first, 2 in the seconds. Like they had like some, they had like a good pick, some good picks. They didn't use all their picks wisely, but for the most part, they built their team. Just like Jacksonville. Jacksonville did the same fucking thing. They lost all those times, got all those draft picks in the first round, and had a couple in the second round, so that way they could get the people and, groom them. And now, you know what I'm saying, they're at a point where their defense is pretty straight, even though they got smoked against Dallas. But still, you know what I mean? It's just almost like that's how Gruden wants the shit to be done. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wants it to be done like that. He wants to get a lot of picks. So that way, if you got more picks and you miss on 1 or 2 or 3, and you hit on like 3 or 4, can't nobody say that. You understand? You don't really want to gamble on just the 2 picks that you got for the first round. You really want more picks. So that way, if you miss on 1, and you hit on 2, or you miss on 2 and you hit on 1 in the first, or maybe hit on 3 or 2 in the second, it don't look bad. So I understand what you're trying to do. Me personally, I feel like you find your better players in the middle of the draft, like the 3rd, maybe like the 4th round, and on down, 4th, 5th, 6th round. You know what I'm saying? To me, because I feel like those players are more hungry and want to prove more. You understand what I'm saying? They were just overshadowed by their peers and big schools and shit like that. You mean? Come on, man, look at Jerry Rice. You know what I'm saying? Look at Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go name a few motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, loading up towards the end will probably be better than loading up in the beginning. Yeah, you might get you that splash draft name. Well, that's really all it is. But, most of the first round picks, second round picks really don't pan out like that. If you really think about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it hasn't and it's not possible, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Also wanted to talk about, do I think we'll get a quarterback? I think we will, yo. I'm telling y'all. I think we're going to get a quarterback. I'm going to tell you who I think we're going to get. The guy from West Virginia. John Gruden want offenses set up to run that play action off the draw, the fake reverse screens. He wants a quarterback that's mobile. He wants a quarterback that can run. And I'm telling y'all, that's why he liked Johnny Manziel. That's why he liked Baker Mayfield. That's why he liked Lamar Jackson. That's why he liked Russell Wilson so much. I'm telling y'all, those are the type of quarterbacks John Gruden wants. He wants that. That's why he liked Mahomes. I'm telling y'all, that's the quarterback he wants, so he can be able to run the offense that he has designed. The offense that he has designed is not built for Derek Carr. Derek Carr's a smart quarterback. He comes to work. You don't have to worry about no problems and shit with Derek Carr, but he's not a mobile quarterback. I feel like he could be a mobile quarterback, maybe not like, you know what I mean? He could be like an Aaron Rodgers mobile. Aaron's maybe a little faster than Carr, I'm assuming. But Aaron runs. Aaron's a good pocket passer. He can move around, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Carr could be that, but Carr don't want to be that. Carr wants to be your traditional 3-step, 5-step drop quarterback. Boom. That's what he wants to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not going to work with the way the defenses are structured now and the way that how people are blitzing. I mean, the game has changed dramatically. So your tradition quarterback is really non and void. You know what I'm saying? Even look at Big Ben. Big Ben is really your tradition quarterback, but because he's so big and he can move and he can shake, he has to move. A lot of the quarterbacks now create plays on the fly. Whatever the play, a breakdown, they'll run around, scramble, boom. You know what I'm saying? Carr's not doing that. Carr's really trying to be that traditional quarterback, and it's just not going to work. Not in the offense that John Gruden is trying to run. So that's why you don't see the production that you want to see. You know, and that's why I think John Gruden really will probably draft a replacement for Carr. If not trade for one. I'm just telling you. I'm telling y'all that's what's getting ready to happen. Another thing I want to talk about, and I'm gonna let y'all go. And I know I'm all over the place. Just a quick blog. We just had lunch together. We just talking, something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no game on this weekend. You know, I ain't had shit to do. And I can't leave here for another hour or so. So I thought I'd just chop it up with y'all, eat my little lunch. But I hear a lot of people talking about Carr and blah blah blah. Let me explain to y'all about Carr. Carr's a great guy. I love how he carries himself as a man, how he has respect for his family, how he is a father to his kids, all of that. I respect all of that. His faith, all of that. But football is a fuck you a bitch motherfucker. I kill you out here on this field. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those games. And you have to be tough and be able to dish that shit back. You can't get up and shake a hand when you get sacked and say, God bless you. You can't always try to be right in your press conference. It's my fault. It's on me. I just have to come to work a little hard. You don't. That's what John Gruden means by when he says Derek Carr's overthinking shit. You got to grab your balls, bruh, and toughen the fuck up. Now, I'm not going to say you're not a tough guy, but what I'm saying is football tough. You understand? All that faith and love and respect that you have as a man, that's not going to work on a football field, dog. And nobody's going to look at you different if you run out there and say, what the fuck are you doing? Coop, run the fuck around. Nobody's going to look at you like you're a bad guy. When you got sacked, you cried, bruh. I seen it. You cried. Now, I can't tell you not to cry because if the bitch hurt that bad, you know, it might give a little one of them little. But, bro, you was crying. Like, you was really crying. Derek Carr he doesn't have that killer instinct like a Phillip Rivers has. You see Phillip out there cuss your ass out. Tom Brady cuss your ass out. Drew Brees cuss your ass out. Aaron Rodgers like, what the fuck are you doing? That does not discredit none of these guys as who they are off the field. You understand what I'm saying? This is what football is about. Fuck you. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. And as a quarterback, you got to have that fire. Because if you're so timid and boop, 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 people are going to start looking at you like you're soft. I can guarantee that Carr is very uncomfortable in the football locker room environment. Just because of what goes on in the locker room, how people talk, what people are saying. He can front all he wants. But when you're a man of God like that and you're really into religion like that, and that's really your focal point of life, that's what you base everything off of, which is not a problem. I have no problem with that. And you bring that to a violent sport, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because you don't understand. So I don't know how he did at Fresno. Fresno, you know, when you're the top in college, you're the top guy in college, and bloop, bloop, bloop. You know what I mean? And I think Fresno is like a Christian school or some shit like that. I don't know. But when you're the top guy, you know, that could work. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in college, it's really not like what it is in the NFL. I mean, we see top athletes in college all the time come to the NFL and don't do a motherfucking thing, but they was the man in college. You understand what I'm saying? And when they come to NFL, man, you talking about grown men, people probably doing drugs, steroids, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker beating on their wives. You know, you got all this type of fucked up shit in the NFL on the field. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta have that mentality. Take Ray Lewis for example. Ray Lewis was I don't give a fuck on the field, but when he was off the field, it was, you know, I thank God, you know, he took care of his kids. Ray Lewis killed 2 niggas and won a Super Bowl. Let's not forget that.